की
Avatar Ahir Baba.
Baba की
Yes, please. Yeah. Last time our great friend Mehchan Nuri, he had talked about the Toka ashram, and just a minute, please. Why there is an echo?
Bola.
All right, there is echo, and there is you are.
I think there is a second device close to you. If you turn the voice down on that, then it may be okay.
I see.
There are two devices. And
Anyway,
yeah.
well, if it is all right for you, I will talk.
Now it's
Now,
okay.
our Mayor Merchant Nuri had talked about Toka Ashram. He expected me to tell something about the Toka Ashram. Actually, there is nothing much more from my side because it was as old as 1927 or so, 28. As we know that Baba has put his first foot on the land at Mehrabad. Mehrabad is the name given afterwards, but Baba came here in the year 1923, 4th of May, 1923. And our library committee in Mehrabad, they are going to celebrate this event because it is completing 100 years. So they have special programs at Mehrabad on this occasion in the month of May. So Baba came there, and as we see that in the initial period, Baba had taken several social type of works, like running hospitals, running dispensaries, then giving darshans on Thursdays, then having bhajan programs, then schools, primary schools for very poor children of that village, And Baba had taken a utmost interest in improving the life of the children. The first entry in Mehrabad, Baba was sitting under a tree, and one very poor people, so-called from the untouchable community. I should not say it now because time has much changed. But then he had brought bhakri. Bhakri is Indian bread, and must be mirchi chutney. It is called thecha, the crushed green chili. And Baba enjoyed it. Baba was sitting as what he brought water also from Baba. And that was the beginning of Baba's work in Mehrabad. So initially, all these activities there, the old buildings of the British time, because we know that the land was occupied by the British, and then they had their own building, post office, and then that tank and everything. So they were in a dilapidated condition, and this work was undertaken by Baba and Mandali. Baba has worked manually, and this particular work, Dr. Gani used to tell us that it was a Gamela Yug. Gamela means a pot, earthen pot big for carrying earth, carrying heavy material, say stones or bricks or earth. So that Yoga, Gamela Yoga. And during this time, I was just wondering that all these activities which were started then, Baba was personally taking too much interest, even about these school children, very small children. He was doing everything for them. He was cleaning them. He was washing their clothes, and he just put the clothes on them. Everything for that, even cleaning the excreta and all that. Baba was doing all for all the children. That was the beginning of Baba's stay in Mehrabad. I was wondering that this Toka, what can be the reason for shifting to Toka? When the activities are started in Mehrabad in the year 1927 or so, there was a talk of shifting this whole ashram to some other place. And actually, the school was being conducted in Mehrabad, and it was some thereafter a boarding school was opened by Baba, and originally that was in 1927. Baba had a temporary structure close to Arangao, and thereafter it was shifted to the up the hill. And on, I think on the the boarding school was started thereafter. It was only for boys. School was for girls also separate and boys also. That was mostly the village boys. But thereafter, Baba was much interested in including so many uh, so many students or boys from the other places, even from the West and also from the European countries or from Iran and so many places, Bombay. That was very much Baba was keen to include those boys, and this is the time when the episode of Ali and the Chota Baba that had taken place. Baba was so very loving with these children, to these young boys, and they were kept separately. Their institute was called Meher Ashram. It was in Arangao first started, and after 1 month or so, it was shifted to up the hill. And thereafter, Baba went on fast. That was on milk and very weak tea. That that continued up to 5 months and some days. These boys who were there in that ashram, Meher Ashram, they were having different experiences, very strange experiences. They used to sit in some corner or somewhere in the under a tree or somewhere on the ground and then start weeping for no reason. And when Baba comes to them, they will simply just catch hold of Baba so much that it was difficult for Baba to get rid of them. That was the time Baba was giving discourses, very high discourses to the children. This is a very strange thing that young boys, Baba was teaching them, or rather to say, discoursing them on very tough subjects in spirituality. And the basis was, of course, I do not know whether the children were much interested or much have gathered some knowledge out of that. But then Baba's personality among that children, that was the most prominent feature in that school. There was no obvious reason for shifting the whole ashram. On 1st of May, in the month of April, 1st of May, April 1927, Babajan paid visit to Mehrabad. That was the first visit. But in the meantime, Baba was there, and Baba had sent his mandali to Baba was on the other, on the hillside, and Babajan was on the other side of the railway. Baba sent all the mandali to bow down to Babajan, and Babajan was uttering, my beta, my child. That, but in the meantime, after this, somebody brought in news that there is some land near Pune. It is Pune now. The name is changed to Pune. So there is some land where the ashram can be opened by Baba. Baba want to see that site. They went there, but Baba didn't like. Baba didn't like that site. And when they returned, they came to know that Babajan had again visited. Within that time, Babajan had again visited the Mehrabad. Now, see the Baba's statement. Baba was keen to shift that ashram. When Babajan visited second time, Baba said that it is indication that the ashram must be shifted to some other place. And that is how the place Toka has come into discussion. Baba visited Toka. He liked that place, and whoever maybe the owner, that agreement was made, and the place was occupied, and the whole Mehrabad was brought to Toka. Whole ashram of Mehrabad was brought to Toka. All the activities there were Baba, few mandali were there, but then most of the mandali and all the boys, they were brought to Toka. Now the Toka, Baba had started spending much time along the children, along with the boys. They were young boys. They were not very infants, but any very small children, but they were quite grown-up boys. And Baba had a room. The size is given to be 7 feet to 7 feet, 7 feet long and 7 feet broad. And there were 32 rooms for the children, for the boys, 32. And of course, the mandali and all this, they may be having their other quarters. So much of whole group of four Mehrabad was brought to Toka. And Baba had a specific definite program for the children, for the boys. He used to have a, rather to say, a training course for the boys to understand how to understand their life in a spiritual outlook. After 5 months, this went on for 5 months, and after 5 months, the whole Toka, the whole ashram was again brought to Mehrabad. It is really a point for thinking as to this abrupt changes in Baba plans. That was the speciality of Meher Baba. Dr. Gani always used to say that Baba certain time Baba would start a plan, and with full justice to that plan, he will do everything. But within few days or few months or few years, that will be disbanded, and then uh, other something. So this was going on with Meher Baba for his own purpose. About this Toka Ashram or these boys, Baba had made a very beautiful statement. What Baba has said is, I will just read the about school opened in Mehrabad, and God and Baba said that the sorry, Baba said that he wanted boys of all classes, creeds, and that the education imparted would prove a step towards the political salvation of India. Boys were not allowed to, the boys should have no prejudice against any particular religion, which is the cause of much strife. This was the statement which Baba made about that all these activities. As we know that during those times there was much of untouchability, much of difference in between higher classes and lower classes, and still lower classes. And there was very uneven distribution of the amenities of life. They were so very neglected. All the poor class people were so very neglected, and casteism was very prominent in India. On some other time, Baba had made a statement that if India gets rid of this untouchability, it will be a great nation. That was the one of the statements, exactly not in that word, but then that type of that meaning, Baba has made a statement. If until India gets rid of this untouchability, it will be it will be considered as a big nation. So Baba, all these activities seem to be uh, proceeding on the same lines. Baba had several times in the school also. Many of these teachers were of the high class, so-called high class castes, and they were made to serve these boys of these lower classes. Baba was very keen on this, and all the bad habits, or rather to say unacceptable habits, bad habits, he wanted the people to improve their lives, to improve their style of life. And for that matter, he was telling the children and doing everything for the children to bring them up to understand a better living. At one place, Baba has said, because all these villagers of that lower caste, they were not comfortable with this type of Baba's ways. Baba never wanted them to have some bad habits. And Baba was so very keen that the moment he hears something, he will himself get up and go to that place and set right the things. This was this was main purpose during that time, main purpose in Baba's hands. And that is after this Toka Ashram, it was brought back, and the students who were there, the boarding school in that who were there in that boarding school, they were there were lot of problems because these children were behaving very strangely. The parents were taking away their children, and especially the children who were very favorite of Meher Baba. The children used to, some boys used to love Meher Baba very much. They were mad after Baba, and Baba used to love them much. Baba used to love all, but then there were some special children who were who were having accepting or considering that Baba's method, Baba's way of uh, filling their hearts with love. Ali was there, Chota Baba was there. They had their own experiences about Baba's status. Chota Baba had, it is said that he was taken up to the level of sixth plane. He was seeing Baba everywhere. So that was the actually a basic improvement, a basic goal that Baba wanted to achieve. When you study, the other day I was discussing with my son Prashad that these boys, those who have got some experience, strange experience, especially Chota Baba and Ali, in their future life, after everything was disbanded, in their future life, what were they? They were like ordinary people doing businesses or service, whatever it be. But even then, Baba has, at that particular time, Baba made use of these mediums of these boys to sow the seed of divine love. And through them, perhaps, as Baba has said that I have come to sow the seed of love in your hearts, perhaps them as the medium, he has released his divine love wide and in a wider space. When we visited first time this Toka, there was no proper road to go to that place. It was all dungeon land with very tall grass and no way to cross over. And there is in between there is a river. From the from the side of that mushroom, there is no road going towards that mushroom. We have to go the other side, but for the other side there is a river in between. So the first time when we visited, we were taken through a small boat, I mean a ferry boat. We were taken, and then when we reached the other bank, what we found is that there is only one construction left. All is now a barren land. No, actually, a land with very tall grass. Nobody can just say whether there will be cobras and serpents and all that. And we were crossing. We had crossed in a ferry boat, and then we went there and we prayed there. There is only one construction. It is something like the house of the Eskimos. Eskimos, what is called igloo, of that shape, a peculiar shape of that. Now I cannot imagine that that must be the place for Baba to stay. We do not know, and nobody has told us about this. But then I have gone there several times. There is only now there is a road from this side also. We have not to cross the river. There is a big pool constructed over the river, and we can proceed from that other side, the very side where the ashram is situated. It was situated. From there we can go, but for going there, we have to cross a agricultural field. It is very uneven. One cannot say when you will fall down, what you will, I mean, you will damage or get hurt, get your legs or get your foot hurt. Nobody can say because the land is so very uneven. And after some border, all the big grass, big grass means up to your height, up to our height, that much big. And if you really thick, we have to just keep aside that grass and walk through that grass. And thereafter, we find that structure. I hope it must be still there. To be thereafter, I took the Hyderabad people also. In Hyderabad, people, when I went there, Prakash's mother was there. She had some problem with her leg. One leg, it was disabled, and I was not at all expecting her to follow up to that time, up to that spot, because it was so very difficult. Even for a quite healthy person, it was difficult to walk through this field and those grass. And when we reached there on that near that small room or whatever you may call, what I found is that she is following along with some other ladies up to there. What a willpower she had really. I can never forget that moment. I was really taken aback because I never expected her to walk through such a difficult way. Anyway, I had gone there for 3 4 times. So now there is only one construction. Hopefully that may be there. And some people, the farmers, they guide us this place. I don't know whether they are maintaining it or what, but then it is there. So this is all about Toka. Looking to the other activities also, after the setting up of the Mehrabad ashram, Baba was going to other places also. Mehrabad was made to be a central place, a headquarters for Baba's spiritual work. Baba went there in Toka also. Then thereafter, Baba was in Nashik also. This and thereafter Baba went in New Life. So in Mehrabad, after starting the initial activities, Baba made himself free to attend to other areas. Baba went around the world. Baba went to US. Baba went to Australia. Baba went to Andhra. Baba went to Hamirpur. All these Dehradun and these outer activities Baba done very. I mean, very. It was very hectic program for Baba. Ultimately, in the Baba met with accident in US on 24th of May 1952. But thereafter, Baba was cured and Baba started again visiting. Thereafter, Baba visited Andhra. Thereafter, Baba visited UP, Uttar Pradesh or northern India. And that too twice. That was a sort of a fiery thrill of Baba. And then of course, the other accident when it took place at Satara, thereafter Baba only focused on Pune, Guruprasad. That is actually the whole story about these all different places where Baba has shifted the ashram. In Nashik also, or in this Rahuri also, Mastashram was there. It was we have visited Rahuri also. I do not know what may be the condition now. But then during that time, I am really fortunate myself. I feel very fortunate that I have visited practically all the places connected with Meher Baba. I have visited Rahuri. In fact, and that time the Hyderabad people were with me. In fact, some people, especially the owners of buses and cars, they were showing a wrong place. They were taking the place, some other place for Rahuri Ashram. When we went there, I we were also taken there, but I was not satisfied with the scenery which they have shown me, and I was not very happy. So I myself tried making inquiries around that place, and luckily, Baba blessed me that the person who were sitting there, they showed me the adjacent place where that ashram was there, Baba's Rahuri ashram was there. And the very big tree right in front of the gate, I could recognize that this is the place where that Rahuri ashram was there. Luckily, one person who was knowing about this, he came with us and he showed us all the place. Then Nashik also I have visited Nashik ashram. There is a beautiful story about that, but then uh, beautiful story about that. I will tell. It will take little time, but I will tell you something some other time. But then outside also Hamirpur, then Andhra. Those were a very for me. Even when I shifted to Mumbai or my duty or my service, with Bombay people, we used to go at several places. There are several places up to Dehradun, here up to what that place is called. A seashore is there in some where the ships are constructed. Simply, this is what
Goa, near Goa, near
sorry.
Goa or Bombay and those areas.
No, that side is Andhra, extreme.
Oh, Machilipatnam.
No, not Machliputam also I have visited, but this side proceeding towards
Oh,
from
Vishakhapatnam. Vishakhapatnam.
Visakhapatnam.
Yeah.
Visakhapatnam also we went. Then Machliputam also I had the fortune to go. In Uttar Pradesh, practically every place we have visited. Anyway, this is very blessing from Meher Baba for me. And during those days, we were very actively taking part in all these programs. Whenever there is an invitation, we will never say no. I never say no because it was an opportunity. It is not that we have some special qualities, not that. It is because it is Baba's grace. It is Baba's blessing that we could go there. That is what perhaps Baba must be wanting. when we visited Hamirpur first time, that time Baba called us and Baba expected that we should go. Baba also told many of his close ones, people from his lovers, close family, when the center in Kabul was opened, Baba had asked some of the very close ones to go for this program, attend this program. We had attended. Madhusudan was there, and people from Bombay were also there. But then some of the people avoided to go there, and Baba was not really very happy because Baba asked them, have you gone there? When they said no, Baba, then Baba was very displeased with them. So this is, even Baba was keen that we should attend to all these programs outside, maybe outside, but then as far as possible, we must attend this program. Now the most fortunate thing for me was a visit to twice visit to US and one visit to Australia and New Zealand. But I had never expected all things. I never expected. I was not. I mean, I was not that much. I feel that I am not that much deserving to have so much of privilege to visit these great places. But then it is God's will. We cannot say anything about that. Anyway, now the to change the subject, I would have some singing. If if you all agree, Prakash ji,
Jai Baba.
I have a question, Pratap.
sorry,
Pratap,
I
I have a question. I want to know what avatar Meher Baba brought as Muhammad to creation. What did Muhammad bring? Because I feel a little confused about it, and I want to know what he brought. Muhammad, the avatar.
Muhammad.
Yes, yes.
Amongst these avatars, the advents of right starting from Zoroaster, just before Baba, Muhammad is also considered to be the avatar. Even in Christianity, Jesus Christ was not taken to be the advent of God. They said he is a messenger of God. Lately, when on the last Xmas, one of the priests, very famous priest in Pune, he had first time, this is the first time from the Christian priest that he has written an article in the local paper and he has used the word avatar for Jesus Christ. That is the first occasion. So about Muhammad Paigambar also, Hazrat Muhammad, the same principle applies there also. I remember that when Dr. Gani used to give lecture on these avatars, advents, he used to include Muhammad also. And now Dr. Gani was Mohammedan. They don't recognize any sort of this sort of a avatar. The concept, they don't have this concept. Not even that, but even man becoming God They don't, all the God relation, all that, they don't recognize that. Only Sufis had that understanding. All the other Mohammedans, they only know 5 times namaz, then some charitable work and charity, and that much only. They are satisfied with that much only. Beyond that, they don't go. I have so many of my friends. I had talked with them when I was in Mumbai. A person, he used to sell some clothes. He had no shop, but he used to go along with that bunch of clothes on his shoulder and go from locality to locality. He was very fond of our house. And even though I may be there or I may not be there, if he happens to pass that way, he will climb up 4 floors and visit my house. And my wife will very politely receive him, give him tea. And that person had expressed that your husband seems to be of a Sufi thought. Looking at all these house and the pictures, Baba's picture, he had expressed that your husband seems to be of Sufi thought. And my wife told me about this, I was surprised. What is that Sufi thought? I do not know. But thereafter, I met that person. He had again come to our house, and I had a discussion with him. What he had said was, where the Islam ends. Just listen carefully. Where the Islam ends, Sufism starts.
Mm.
So that concept of avatar, people may accept it or no, but that is there. I do not exactly know whether you have received the answer to your question, or any other thought is there in your mind.
Yeah, I have another question, which is, Baba seems to be the culmination of 7 avatars: Zoroaster, Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Meher Baba. But
Yes,
there were avatars before this, right?
earlier there were.
Yes, because
it is from
Joseph,
ages.
yes, okay. So Joseph Harb, did you ever meet Joseph Harb?
Yes.
He was, yes. He used to say 7-11. 7-11 is the 7th avatar of 11. Was it ages? I don't know. But I would listen to Joseph. Joseph was worth listening to.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, this is such a consequential advent. It's so great. We don't even know how great it is. We're just at the very beginning of this great change that will take place. It's already happened, but here we are, in our point of it. Yeah. One other thing, there is a number 24. Is that, does that mean anything to you, 24? About avatars coming? Or I don't know, because I don't, I'm raised Christian Catholic, so I depend to hear from you.
I would just point out certain happenings of the present time. I have heard a lecture by Dr. Ghani. There was one in Kasbapet. There was one small temple, and our program was fixed in that temple. And we requested Dr. Ghani to come along with us and give a talk. Now, Dr. Ghani was very particular. He first asked us to the caretaker or whoever may be the owner or the caretaker, whether they will allow a Mohammedan to enter that temple. And they agreed. They didn't take any objection. Then Dr. Ghani gave a talk. So in that talk, now Baba has also said that these authentic advents have been from ages. Now there were in what forms we cannot know, and that was not also explained. Now this sizes of the people is changing. Those days this must be different. Now it is different, and the whole culture is changing. The Dr. Ghani had said that the Christian wait for the second advent of Jesus Christ. He has earlier he has talked about the Hindu religion, but about Christians, he said that the Christians are looking at the sky, awaiting the second advent of Jesus Christ. And so the Mohammedans, they are awaiting the arrival of what he has said is some name is there.
Yeah, I have heard that. Imanpur, yeah.
So now lately there has been a controversy on the theory which was theory of evolution. Now we have seen the Baba said that from stain to from gases to its own, and then vegetable, and then animals, birds and animals and all that, and finally it is a human being. what the latest wise people, they are saying that this is not a, I mean, just a, it is abruptly a man comes, abruptly a tiger comes, abruptly. This is simply an abrupt happening. It has no connection with each other. Oh, what to say about it? So, but one thing is there. Baba has said that whatever he has said in Guruprasad, he had once said that whatever he has said, when it will be revealed through actual happenings in the world, especially with reference to the discussion, Baba had said that whatever he has said will happen. And when the people say that it is happening, then they will connect it with Meher Baba, that it is what Meher Baba had said.
Yeah.
That is what Baba has said there, and then they will recognize Meher Baba. So time is changing like this. Well, we cannot know how that next human being will be, whether it will be.
There was this thing that I've read about Baba breaking the silence, and he actually said that it will be like hundreds of atom bombs going off, and just that one was still recovering from one atom bomb that we dropped. And I thought, hundreds? I mean, that says it. That says it. I mean, it's just like
Yes, yes,
it's
yes,
beyond it's beyond imagination and conception. You know, our limited. Yeah.
I, in fact, in fact, at times when we deeply read something about Baba's life, we also get confused and I mean jumbled about the course of life which Meher Baba has lived. Especially certain things you don't understand. Now, let us take the example of these boys, young boys, before whom Baba has given those discourses, very hard, very high type of discourses.
Yeah.
We cannot understand what was the purpose behind it. But about that untouchability, the villagers were creating problems for Meher Baba. They were very adamant not listening to Meher Baba. This is what Meher Baba does not like. They will do that only just to tease, just to irritate Meher Baba. And that time Baba had made a statement. Baba had called the villagers and told them that this is not for you people I am doing it. It is for the coming generations.
Mm.
It is for the coming generations. And if we see very minutely, the things are changing so much. Now, I tell you here particularly in this area where we are living, the enmity among the religious sections, it is so much. They have gone to such a level, the lowest level. What after Avatar is happening? How we can interpret this? How can we understand this? It is. It seems to me. It is my own opinion. It seems to me that it is said Amar in Marathi language or in the Indian language, when the flame is going to extinguish,
Mm.
it gives more light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before getting extinguished, it gives more light. So
Yeah.
this is the process which seems to be going on at present, and that is being experiencing the whole life. Actually, unimaginable things are happening. Unimaginable. The mentality of people has gone to such an extent that they don't find any hesitation in cutting the throats of the people.
Yeah.
What one can say? Say beyond our understanding, beyond our concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we very well know. We very well know that everything is happening according to the Baba's will. And what Baba has said, that is happening now. Now about especially the breaking of the silence, Baba had said, the war, Baba had told about the war, the discussion, the war, next war will be for few minutes. Within that few minutes, half of the world will be destroyed.
Wow.
So when the ladies were, I mean, when the ladies were afraid of all these description which Baba was giving, and Baba gave another option that destruction is going to happen. It is a must, but it will be piece by piece, by different reasons, by different causes, and that is what we are finding now. Yeah, America is has become so very cold that even the canals are freezing. So is another all the time that some some sort of pandemic comes, and then in India, in the state in which I stay, we have seen the the hillocks are coming down, breaking and coming down, getting loose and coming down, and villages are destroyed under that. The houses and villages are destroyed in that kind. Baba had said that the stones will, when I break myself, the stones will dance,
Wow.
and that is the stones are dancing and coming down and falling.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, who have thought about this corona and all this? We have never thought of. We didn't know that word, and it has actually taken the whole more than half of the world. Actually, all the nations were affected by this pandemic. So this is what is happening, and then for Baba lovers, we can now. This is a time we can really correlate with this happening with whatever Baba has said.
So Baba is destroying rituals that have followed six avatars. He's destroying all those rituals. It's amazing. It's amazing. Wow. It's just like,
Yes,
whoa.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
A
yes.
clean slate. The clean slate. Yeah.
Mm,
Wow. And nothing. And I would say this because I'm raised Christian, but Baba let me know at a certain point about Zoroaster, Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad. And I felt joy, just joy. I knew it was right. So, and now as far as Christian, I was raised Catholic. Actually, that word means universal. It wasn't very universal, but that Pope stepped down. He just died. He stepped down. It was too much for him. And
Yes,
I knew that next Pope was the last one. Finish. Because Baba said all the world religions are tottering.
yes.
Yeah, in that film with Purdom, where he's talking about the religions of the world tottering, then you look, there is a three-legged dog tottering behind, even as a demonstration. And that he'll bring them together like beads on one string. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And at that point, he's looking so magnificently, beyond magnificently beautiful, saying that the West is too materialistic, too much. And we're looking at the left side of Baba's face, and it is so beautiful. It's like, wow. And I'm grateful for you for talking about this, because it bothers me, because the world's in such a mess. And all I could keep saying is, Mayor Baba is manifesting. Mayor Baba is manifesting. And one line that Mayor Baba spoke through Norina Machiavelli says, God in us is rejoicing his own experience of joy.
Joy.
Joy. And then it just rings so true, because Eric said, life with Baba is not fun. He knew, but it was full of joy.
Oh, yes.
Full of joy.
Now, I would just add to, I have just read that portion in 20, this is a this activity is on in 27 or so. That time Baba had said, that time 27, nobody must have thought about it, but that time Baba had said that I want these boys to learn,
Uh,
looking at every religion with respect,
wow. Uh,
and not to criticize and not to look down on other religions. In 1927, Baba said that I want these boys to understand that. So through them, you see the connection. This is a
mm,
long connection from 27 to this up to this. Now it is being seen whatever Baba has been doing that time. The results are being seen now after so
yes.
many. So that is the sowing of the seed Baba has done. And this happens in every field of life, every field of in medical, in science,
Yeah.
in social, everywhere it is that effect is there.
Yes. Yes.
Now it is. I think we'll take our.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Pratapji.
the,
Adi
the,
Sajeta.
yes, Adi Sachin. वानर से जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण, उसकी दैवी अनंतता का कैसे हो अनुमान। आदि से चेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि से चेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आवो मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनावो, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, निबड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाओ, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाओ, तुम मुझको बताओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। जीवन की ये हर सांस है हमारी, जीवन की हर सांस है हमारी, बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी, बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी, हे करुणा कर नीलाधारी, हे करुणा कर नीलाधारी, तुम करुणा बरसाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। बने आरती जीवन मेरा, बने आरती जीवन मेरा, आदि अंत्य का लय हो गेरा, आदि अंत्य का लय हो घेरा। खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, तुम में छा जाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आवो, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ, मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय,
जय
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय,
की जय।
अवतार मेहर बाबा
की जय। जय बाबा।
जय बाबा।
Thank you.
Thank you, Pratap.
जय बाबा।
Yeah,
Jai
beautiful.
Baba. Yeah.
Thank you, Pratapji.
You look radiant today, Pratapji. Really radiant. So, Baba's spoken through you for us.
I love to see you laugh, Pratap. It reminds me of Adi K. When he laughed, he just was tickled. It's so good. Yeah. It is Leela. We have to enjoy Leela.
Yeah.
Really speaking, I also enjoy speaking with you people. Yes.
Well, we're happy you come, believe me.
I have my very beautiful memories of my visit to US. Very, very touching. Yes.
I remember seeing you briefly in Myrtle Beach. And very briefly, I didn't hear you sing at that time for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, where was I? I was here. You sang at the Myrtle Beach Center?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, wow. I mean, I don't know. It's just a lack of consciousness. I don't know.
My second visit was planned for 15 cities.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
You
my
had
gosh. Oh, my.
visited, too.
Oh,
And I don't remember the one. That's I remember seeing your face and talking with you.
Oh,
And yet, didn't you sing at the sahavas in Georgia? Weren't you
yes.
invited as a guest?
Second time he was with me second time.
I was there. I was there, Pratapji. I saw you there.
What year was it? What year was that?
Sorry?
What year?
I think it was in 92, must be
1992? Wow.
yes, twice.
That was the
Invitation-
first visit. When was the second visit? The second.
I will confirm it next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it
But
was
twice, first
2000.
time I had come all alone because the invitation was by Los Angeles Center, Los
Oh.
Angeles Center,
Yeah.
and on my request, the Myrtle Beach visit was also arranged.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I had offered. I told the people in LA that I would like to now, since I am not sure whether I will be able to come anytime, because this itself was just out of my capacity. But then I would like to take the chance to visit Myrtle Beach also. And when they informed the Myrtle Beach people, it was on my own expenses, I said. But then they sent a ticket, and they said, why you should spend? We will sponsor him. We will sponsor him. And then I had with such a nice, beautiful time. Next time I will just some very beautiful incidents which
That would be
Yes.
are very
Pratapji,
touching.
that
Very
happened after the year 2000.
Yeah. Yeah.
You came and I saw you there. Yeah.
That's when I
Yes.
saw you. That's when I
Yeah.
saw you. Yeah.
So we will talk.
I think I have your recording. I have a video of yours from LA.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it? Yes.
It's a long video. Yeah.
Yes.
Perhaps from center also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still, then I will like to talk about it
Oh,
because
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
because there are certain very heart-touching incidents, very heart-touching
oh,
incidents.
wonderful.
Wow. Yeah.
And I will narrate that next time.
Next time. Wonderful.
Thank you. Good. Good.
That we
Baba,
will.
See?
Baba willing.
Baba manifesting. Never too late, never too early, just on time.
Just on time, yes.
And that's when the avatar comes, just
Yes.
on time.
Yes.
Always suddenly. So, Otar, Meher, Baba ki,
Hey,
Otar,
Ye Baba ki jai.
Otar.
Meher Baba ki jai.
Oh,
Thank you, sir. Thank
we
you.
look forward to Pratapji's travels in the US. Oh, what fun.
Jai Baba.